Welcome to another episode of Real Estate Investing Explained. Here's today's question. Do you think house hacking is another good way to get started?
Oh, for sure. And I was going to mention house hacking and I forgot. So I'm glad you brought it up. But, that's one thing. When I started out in the beginning, I bought a house full retail, did it the wrong way. Still was, worked out okay. But yeah, if I could start over again, buy a multi-property, rent out part of it, even buy a single family home and rent out my basement. That's what my nephew is doing right now. That is a great way to get started. Because I think the biggest advantage with house hacking is that you start collecting rent right away. So when you go to buy another house, the bank might be like, oh, you have two houses and this first one you want to keep, like it's vacant. Oh, sure, you just rented it, but it's only been rented for a month. We're not, going to qualify you for a second house. But if you've been house hacking, you've been renting it for a year, you've got that income. It might show up on your taxes already. It's so much easier to qualify for that second house if you're renting your first one from the very beginning.
Yeah, that's exactly how I got started. I actually house hacked my first property and then I eventually sold that. And then my second property was a live and flip for exactly the same reason you said. I mean, it wasn't a major reno, it needed some paint, carpet, some exterior landscaping. But for me, those were super easy deals to just get into with 3.5% down. And now when I move out of this property, it'll be, a cash flowing rental property. And then I can move on to something else.
Yep. Nope. Great strategy. And then people don't realize, that's another misconception. It's like, oh, housing prices only go up 3 or 5% a year. And that can be true. But when you're putting 3% down, you're controlling like a $200,000 property with $10,000 with closing costs. So if it goes up 10%, you more than doubled your money. So leverage is such an amazing tool with real estate.
Yeah, that power of leverage, it's incredible. That's something that real estate has that not a lot of other asset classes, can take advantage of, like the stock market, things like that. That's all for this episode of Real Estate Investing Explained. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, or subscribe to our YouTube channel to get even more free content.